Welcome back to Thy Scrum, August 25th.
25th.
It's almost September.
For real.
It's
Wild.
almost my anniversary.
Oh, yeah.
I just remembered that just now.
Pre-congratulations.
Thanks. We'll see if the marriage lasts that long. Gotta go like another week or two. Every day I'm just like, wake up, just like, oh, she's still here? Thank God. Yeah.
Just deep breaths.
I'm just waiting. I will be replaced. Speaking of being replaced,
We were just
like,
talking.
where's he gonna go with this? Where's he gonna go? Kanye West,
Oh yeah.
or known as Ye, he's gonna go by Ye.
There you go. Right.
He apparently, I don't know, like I saw like the different headlines, TMZ, but like what was did he tweet it? Did he like Instagram live it? What do you?
I mean, he filed for it. Like,
So he did file for it.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah, he filed for it.
Does that stuff like get leaked? Like, do you think like is there someone in whatever office that is that's like, yo, check? Because my thing is like it's either that or somebody like TMZ, like their job every day is just to go through
Both.
like it probably is both.
Well, yeah, someone at TMZ probably has connections at those courthouses or
Yeah.
whatever. And I don't know at what level it's public record, but it's probably public record.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So it's like their guy like gets in at 7 a.m., sits down with his cup of coffee, and just starts like clicking through today's filings.
100%. I mean, gotta be, right?
Gotta be.
That's how you find that shit usually.
Yeah.
You weirdos. but no, yeah, I mean that's wild. Not surprising at all. And he didn't honestly, this is kind of underwhelming. Like let's come on, Ye. Ye's not yaying this name change.
Is that big enough? It's true.
It's not.
True.
He didn't go God. He didn't go
Yeah,
Walt Disney.
that's
true.
He didn't go
That's
Michael
true.
Jackson
It's just like-
reincarnate. He didn't
Dude,
do that.
if he would have done like
Michael Jackson 2?
No, like Walt Disney, like Ye, trying to fit like the Disney and Disney A,
That would've been
Walt Disney A, like. Dude, that would have been that would have
All
been
out.
fucking. Dude, that would have been the shit.
That would have been amazing.
What? Oh, dude, changing your phone number stresses me the fuck out. Like, what? Changing your name, like.
So much, like, dude, it's not just like, we're not talking about your driver's license. I mean, we are that, but like, dude, your Amazon account,
Everything.
your Disney account,
I mean,
your
you got,
Disney
like-
account,
Like when you just do that, don't you then have to go through like everything you own that's in your name, and you're like, well, that's
Everything.
actually not my name anymore.
everything. And then you got,
Holy.
you probably, depending on the entity, got a heavy ass prove to them
Yeah.
it's you and shit.
That's
I
crazy.
imagine like your
Imagine when they
electric,
make it official,
your
they
electric company
probably
being
send
like,
you-
nah, you
Dude,
might have
they'd
got
be the-
everyone else convinced, but not us.
They would be the ones, dude.
Your
Fucking those
electric
motherfuckers,
Duke.
dude.
Yeah.
Left me goddamn without power like a week and a half and shit. On the holidays. I told them I had kids.
What do you
didn't
want,
give a
dude? They
fuck,
gotta
dude.
they gotta drug test like 1,000 people before they come
That's
see you.
true. That's
like they
true.
really do.
They
It's-
really got to make sure that those
That shit is
operators
a-
aren't out there smoking just a pinch of weed.
Not even a one weed.
They don't even like them to have a bit of alcohol too much. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Get the fuck out of
get
here.
the fuck out of here. Why are you sweating so much? You must have drank the night before. This is a Christian company. This was
Fired.
if we sell food, we sell chicken. That's it. No, I mean, again, it's not surprising. You know, just honestly, not as similar. Reminds me of when Diddy did this. He did this like 3 or 4 times.
Oh
remember?
yeah, he has done that. And I guess at their level, you tell like your manager, you're like, oh, I'm doing this. Figure that shit
probably
out.
handle
Like,
that
you
shit.
figure that shit out.
They come back like, hey, you got to show up in person for this one thing, and he's like, never mind.
He's like, I'm
cool.
Diddy.
Yeah.
Manager's like, I didn't think of that. I'll see how they feel.
What
about
were all the
that.
Diddy name changes? Because I don't think those were legal filings. Because he's always been Sean Combs. I don't think he
Yeah.
ever legally.
Yeah, no, I think he just
But
like
he was like-
rebranded.
He was like, "You're gonna call me Puff Daddy. Don't call me Puff Daddy. P Diddy, and then Diddy." Wasn't it like at one point it was something? Maybe I'm thinking
It
of
was
Snoop Dogg and the Snoop Line thing.
No, there was a P Diddy one that
Puff
was.
Daddy, P Diddy, Puffy,
Puffy.
and then just Diddy.
Diddy.
No.
I thought there was one.
Is
I
it
think,
now just Diddy?
I feel like there was
Yeah,
one that was
that's
way
what
out
it
of
was.
left field though for like a week. He
I
was
really
like, I'm going
do-
by this, and everyone was like, "What?" And then
We could
he
be
was like,
thinking of
"Never
Nick
mind."
Cannon though.
That's true.
And this is that.
This
don't
could've
get
been like a
it
Brother
twisted.
Love.
Brother
Brother
Love.
Love?
That's
Yeah.
what it was.
Love.
That is 100% because I think that happened on like Twitter.
But
and
when
everyone
you
was
are
like,
though,
"Boy."
when you are that level of creative, right? Like, I think we would be surprised if, say, like a Jay-Z did this, because I
Yeah.
think we've all got this impression of who he kind of is, and it just
Yeah.
doesn't seem like his move, right?
Yeah.
But if he did do that, no one's gonna not accept it because you're Jay-Z, you're
Yeah.
up there, okay, the artist formerly known as, like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm
But-
saying?
But also, he
Good.
has, in Jay-Z, such an understanding of like business and branding. You know what I'm saying? It would have to be, you know what I'm saying? It would just
Oh
have,
yeah, how you just gonna change your brand name?
Yeah.
That's so
you got to be
complicated.
Time Warner Cable and have that bad of a reputation. Be like, no, we're Spectrum now. We're still gonna be shitty, but we got 10 years under
Yeah.
this name.
Remember Roadrunner? We fucking choked that bird out. Dude, speaking of, I showed him this video. Came up just like in random on YouTube about some guy. It was the coolest video. This guy, he had like emus as pets, and one of them was super aggressive. So he's like, "Yeah, here's Susan here. She's super docile, blah blah blah." And Kevin here, and then he like pans to Kevin, and he's like got it by its neck, and the motherfucker's biting the shit out of his arm skin, like pulling it off and shit. And he's like, "Here you can see when Susan bites me. Yep, doesn't bother me at all." He's like feeding it and like getting nipped at the same time. And then Kevin here fucking biting the shit out. And then he goes, "So you just gotta show him the pecking order. So I just do this." And then he just very very gently grabs just the frames on Kevin, plastic garbage lid, whops the fucking emu, and then like pushes his head very, very gently, not in any sort of abusive way. Just goes, "Hey, chill," with the fucking nice plastic garbage
Over
lid.
and
Like,
over.
just a couple times, as he goes, "I just don't do it hard." I just go, "Hey, no." And the motherfucker's just like with his long, lanky ass neck, like stop.
Oh man, come on, dude.
Thing's
What's
heavy.
funny is when he comes in at the beak and you like hear the beak hit the plastic for a second. It's like
clunk.
"Turk."
Yeah. And then he walks in the thing's pen, and then he turns around like a jump scare. It's fucking like running at him and shit. It's good. It's good.
Like his neck is low and shit.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
So
Those fucking birds are scary, bro. Can you imagine getting fucking
Oh,
ran
it's
down
horrifying.
by like a Naruto
like a real
bird?
wild one.
At some point, he was even like,
Naruto
"Now, if this
bird.
was an ostrich, I'd be dead." He was like, I don't know if you got that far.
I didn't know. I didn't know.
Oh,
Ostrich will
man.
fuck you up.
Oh, man.
Largest flightless bird. Pretty sure.
Says
Like
something.
T-Rexes probably looked like a giant ostrich, right? Like realistically.
Yeah, because we don't know, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
for
with the
real, for real.
feathers and shit, they probably look like
Dead
a
ass.
giant. How terrifying!
There was a very close hybrid in all of that.
There had to have been.
I mean, I think there was like there's depictions of certain raptors and shit with like
Yeah.
a lot of feathering,
Just
and
a giant chicken.
just a little bit longer arms. You know what I'm saying? One of the scenes that always fucked me up in Jurassic Park was that one. I think it was Jurassic Park 2, where a motherfucking raptor steps on his back, and then Denny does the claw on his back after the fact. Man, that's got to be the worst way to go.
Yeah. Don't like
Bite my head off.
do big cats do that? Do they like play with their
I'm
play with their
actually
food?
pretty sure big cats do exactly
They
that.
absolutely do.
Well, I mean, if you've ever seen those videos where dudes are like having to like they encounter one and it's like a standoff. I mean, that alone is the game, right? Like
Yeah.
waiting for you to turn your back, seeing your temper, and just fucking with you. Unlike a grizzly bear, who might wait 10 or 5 seconds and then
and
just
then rip you to pieces.
shred you to bits.
and then just move on from that. Man,
You
that
are
was-
a raw hamburger after that. Like, it's
It's like that
unfortunate.
took little to no effort, if I'm being honest.
You ever? Do you ever feel like a plastic bag? Whatever that fucking shit is. That's you. Basically, are that. You're.
Have we had the grizzly bear versus silverback? Have we had that
I think
discussion? I feel like we've probably
maybe
had 4 or
off
5
camera.
times.
I know you and I talked about it a few months ago, but I don't think we did it on
Where do you
camera.
guys stand? Where do you guys stand on it?
Well, see, now that we were just hyping up grizzly bears, I can't remember because
Well, we got to the bottom of it, didn't we?
you and I definitely did.
Yeah,
I mean,
I just don't remember
think-
what we.
I do know grizzly bears are like they weigh way more. Like
Yeah.
on average, like twice as
Did
big.
we say a gorilla or did we say
I feel
this
like
the
we gave it to
ferocity?
the gorilla.
I think we gave it to the gorilla at the end.
I feel like a grizzly bear might take that, dude. But see,
They
it's
could
the
win.
it's all the thumbs. It's all the thumbs and the strength
And the
could they-
but you're also undermining the dexterity,
Yeah.
man.
Like,
Gorillas,
a gorilla has like an anatomical advantage with the strength.
like a
you know?
gorilla could get behind a bear once, and then just rear naked break its spine.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
I don't know, but I
and
feel
like,
like
and
I
like
do
could
feel
be
like
smart enough to do it.
That
do
it's
feel
the
like
intelligence factor too.
the
There's-
intelligence factor.
it would use a
plays in.
weapon.
Yeah, so it would fucking ding,
A
with the
gorilla
fucking-
with a spear. You're
it would
fucking.
it would just
toast.
grab a rock and just.
I mean, probably, yeah.
Yeah.
You're toast.
I feel like we may be underestimating how fast a grizzly really is.
Oh, they're
For
not
sure.
slow. They are in no way slow.
Now, what if we
Okay,
what if we get a polar bear involved?
But see, the problem with polar bears, as deadly as they
larger.
are,
They are
their
larger.
deadliness comes a lot of from their constant the constant generations of like almost scavenging like that. And they're also often starving to death, so they're very weak usually. Like compared to you know what I mean. But
I
like
see.
polar bears
Longest-
are deadly.
Longest, sharpest nails of all bears.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
They're for.
Because
I
they
guess
use it for digging.
Yeah,
They
digging
burrow.
and to get. I imagine to get
They
through
burrow
like. Yeah.
That makes
like
sense.
a mole, but they're a bear.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Imagine falling in that hole.
Damn. Yeah, they're deadly as fuck. I mean, like, what's the?
We gotta
I'm
see
ashamed of
it.
myself for not remembering right now. Star Wars, on Hoth. This is embarrassing.
Oh,
This is your fault, Disney. Fuck. You didn't, because then I would see.
Disney.
Anyway, we'll move on. We'll move on.
Someone
yeah.
make that happen though. I'd like to see that on.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a Triller event we could get set up. If they could like get a grizzly and a gorilla.
Pretty sure that's just like PETA's instantly like.
I mean, we were gonna have to do that in Dubai, wherever Dana was holding the fights during the pandemic. You know what I'm saying?
True. Yeah, that's true.
He'd let him do that in the cage, right?
He would. Dana would. Yeah, I mean, we can get Dana in on it. I'm sure he's trying to figure it out. He probably has already been denied the attempt.
Probably.
You know what I mean?
Connor will fight the winner.
He was definitely seeing the viral aspect of the whole grizzly bear debate and was like, well, I gotta catch all this. We gotta make these guys fight. He went ahead and captured it too.
He's like, listen. They won't let people be near each other during this. What about two animals?
Terrible.
We'll put masks on them.
It's awful. What's that one fighting video game where the motherfucking you had fighters and they turned into animals? It was like Tekken, but with people who would animorph.
Was it just the Animorphs?
you just thinking of the book Animorphs?
No, this is 100% a fighting video game.
I don't know.
This is
I have no idea. To be
you guys
honest.
suck.
Were they robots?
Speaking of artistic shit and legal shit, all of that, it's like for me, it's just like something I never saw coming. Like with everything going on in the world, who just saw this one coming? I guess right. It's just so long ago, and everything with the Nirvana baby from the infamous Nirvana cover is filing a lawsuit against the band for what's the lawsuit for?
Child pornography.
Is that what it's for?
I think it's the basis. Is he
creating-
looking for money, or is he looking to get it like
Probably
All the above,
changed?
which is fine
Probably
either
all
way.
of it. But I mean, everything I saw said that his statement specifically said that he was getting him for the creation, distribution, and profiting from child pornography.
Because that's like sounds like he's trying to get him with criminal charges. He's like trying to get criminal charges pressed on him in a way.
Yeah.
Because that's a criminal. I mean, you can sue anyone for anything, and whether you're successful or not. But that's a criminal accusation, right?
Well, exactly, and like I don't think it's involved. Like it's still like a civil court at this point.
Right.
I don't know.
And then charges might come.
He
out
did
of that.
request for it to be in front of a jury, so it's not just going to be like a judge making a decision.
That's kind of weird. It just has to go to that.
Yeah, he's
like okay.
And like some other trial stipulations.
I think
don't know if all
I
that's
think
been
the
agreed
obvious
to,
things are
but-
clear, right? Like, take the fucking baby dick off the thing for the guy. Give him whatever compensation he feels entitled to. I think all that's kind of just easy and fair, right? There's no real.
Dude, I really thought this already happened. Not to like, when I was
Yeah,
reading
yeah,
this,
yeah. How did someone not address this?
No,
sooner?
on some deja vu shit. Like I thought I've already read like this story.
Maybe
Well,
he's tried to
like,
sue him
exactly.
before.
In 2016, for the 25-year anniversary, he actually recreated the photo with, I think it was with the record label or something, but like they put out a picture of him, like recreating the photo, not naked.
Oh,
But,
I was
recre-
gonna
but
be
recreating the photo, and like he was.
I would say if he did it
involved
naked,
then.
that really
I was like,
would
did not
besmirch
do it
his. Well, okay.
Okay, so that's
but he
where I
did
feel
that.
like
I
I've
mean,
read something
here's my
about
whole
it, I
take
guess.
on the pornographic aspect of it. That's not sexual. I would never find anything like that sexual, and therefore it's not sexual. I don't think you should be putting naked babies all over pictures of naked babies everywhere and shit. That's not. Again, there's context to everything. But then if you do find that sexual, then you're a gross motherfucker.
Yeah.
And then if you're using it for sexual stuff, then if so facto, then it is child porn, right?
Yeah. Well,
I guess just like you see what I'm saying. Like
I don't know.
it's only
I mean,
sexual if your dick gets hard.
I think it's just from like a legal standpoint. I do think there's already like I was just reading this shit. There's already some precedent about like naked infants not being like legally always considered child porn. Like there's I don't know what the law
Interesting.
is. Shit.
Well, so if that's the law, then how did it get allowed to be published in the first place? If they're just not like, well, we can't just do this on some just like we just can't do this shit. Just like if you tried to do anything else that was line crossing on your album cover, that and there's probably been there has
it's not
been
an
many other
unpopular
line
album.
crossing. What's again?
And it's not an unpopular album.
No, well, so
Like-
exactly, yeah. But
Some would
like,
say one of the most popular, actually.
It came out.
yeah, like 94, right? Was the year it came out?
I think so.
94, 96.
Mhm.
Just like so, like if that's the law, then too, like it should have been stopped back then, right? Like if, or maybe it wasn't the law back then. I don't know. It's just one of those things where it's like, who had this shit on their fucking bingo card? I guess
Yeah.
maybe if you saw something about it a while ago, then
Well,
you know.
maybe I'm just like saw that he recreated it. I just remember seeing something
I
about
feel like
that.
I remember
from
the
album
recreation.
I
shit.
did know. As soon as I read about it, like I was like, oh yeah, I remember. I thought that shit was cool. I was like, look at him.
cover. Obviously,
I was like,
mean,
look at him being
obviously
a
he
good
did
sport.
too.
What if like okay, no, hear me out. What if this is just like, bro's got like a micro penis, and
And he's just like, bro, that was as big as it ever got.
and nothing's really
upset about
changed,
it.
and motherfucker is just feeling really, really insecure about it all.
Man,
It's possible.
I would have
possible.
never brought it up. I'd have been like, I can't ever call out that album.
What if he didn't mean to?
What you
What I'm saying, like he's trying to handle his business and get this shit taken care of, but he's not. Maybe is he going public with it?
I mean, it's public.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying, but like, yeah, no, I mean, it is. It was his
requested
choice to go
jury.
public. Yeah, they did get a jury. Again, like that's what I'm saying. Like
We just
it's
had the
crazy.
inside scoop on the
Imagine
Nirvana
being
album
on
cover.
that jury.
Now you
What
gotta
a
look at child porn.
What a decision! What a decision!
Yeah. Yeah.
I had to decide if a baby dick on an album cover was porn or not. I had to decide, like, that's like a thing you have to accept in your life at one point. This isn't real.
And you all
Do you-
got to agree on it.
This
too.
isn't real.
I mean, I get now
whole
that
thing,
we're kind of
this-
talking about it, dude. They're kind of fucking. I guess there's kind of probably a lot riding on this for like the music industry, like on some like.
It'll literally set a legal precedent.
It's gonna be that's kind of crazy.
No more baby dicks.
No more. Yeah. But I guess
Also,
that's not
why
the-
isn't this just the thing?
No, I guess it's not the worst precedent, but I don't know. It's on some, but just some like if they wherever they do it, you know what I'm saying, wherever it gets decided, if they say like no more like nudity on album covers or some shit. I don't know, just from like an artistic standpoint, I feel like bears a lot of weight.
Anything like that, censoring art, and again, please separate censoring someone's art from a baby dick.
Yeah. We're talking above that.
But it's a
now.
slippery slope. Censoring someone's art is a very slippery slope. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
as people too ourselves who pretend to do art. Yeah, I feel like it's a slippery slope.
But in Dubai you can't cuss online.
You can't do shit anywhere but here, dog. Like
It's
for
not
like
America, dude.
you're just on some like for real shit. You really can't do shit unless you're here. But
Dude,
nah, it's why, yeah.
Like there was a woman who like served jail time because in her WhatsApp like messenger said some like what the fuck is this, or like where the fuck is this type of, and they were like jail time, bro.
Like obviously
That's
different
wild.
scales and but like in Korea you take down a poster of like with the flag on it and a tank on it, you're gonna get the shit kicked out of you.
Oh yeah,
just
no,
like I'm just
shot.
really thinking
North
about
Korea.
that. Yeah, North Korea.
Yeah,
Excuse me. Yeah,
yeah,
of course. No, South Korea is mad chill from what I understand. Yeah, they're all
Right.
democratic.
well,
over
yeah,
there.
it's
It's a
cool.
democracy.
Yeah.
Democracies are great.
Yeah. That one kid, who was that kid? That didn't happen that long ago. That like got sent
Gangnam
back.
Style?
I thought about that kid. And they got
BTS? I don't know.
they got
Luke
like
Kim?
picked up in North Korea, like, and then got like sent back in a coma and stuff. You know?
Oh, no,
it was
he
like
died.
a big story.
Yeah, he died. Yeah. No,
Crazy.
because he did that. He tried to take a poster, and he should have been able to for if a little keepsake. Got caught on security camera, and they fucked him up. They fucking did horrible shit to him. But it sucks here. So I'm told.
Damn. Well, speaking of things sucking
You
here,
could
dude.
you could go. Hold on, hear me out. You could go to a public library, okay, and you could say whoever the president is at the time or whoever you want to say. You could say they so and so sucks a giant fat cock. You could spray paint that on the public library of any town,
You could.
and they won't kill you.
They won't. They won't
They
kill you.
definitely won't kill you.
They definitely. Well, hopefully.
Well.
I guess they might kill you.
I'm just saying. Now,
depending on who
I am
you are,
in
who
no
the
way,
town is.
trying to look down on any different sort of cultural view or any sort of different group of people. But from a humanitarian perspective, there's a lot worse governments and militias of folks who don't let you do jack shit. I just, you know what I'm saying.
But speaking of things getting worse,
Go ahead.
COD champs. Optic goes out.
What a transition.
Yeah, Optic goes. Speaking of COD champs,
Well, these
War,
are international
America,
affairs.
things like that. Yeah. Dude, you know what I'm saying?
Got you.
And Optic loses quick with the
Very
quickness,
quick.
so fast, gone so quickly.
But in typical Optic tournament style, they lose their, you know, they get decent seeding, right? They lose their first one, they win their elimination, then they lose the next. Like that, I feel like has been mostly their formula the whole season.
Yep. The whole time. Like they were saying, it didn't even feel like the season was over yet. Like it felt like they never actually got started. But then Atlanta FaZe win the whole thing. So shouts out to
Unsurprisingly,
Atlanta FaZe.
and not any shade, yeah, they were fucking outstanding.
Yeah.
I watched Celium drop fucking 29 and 13 in a hard point. I think
Yeah, I mean, they
it
were going
was
stupid.
It was gross.
They were going stupid.
They were finishing controls in under 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Like it was dumb.
And people thought they weren't going to figure that shit out by the time champs rolled around.
Well, no,
They had
no,
they had like one bad major.
but yeah, but for control, I think they've been undefeated this whole year at FaZe.
No, except for Optic. Optic.
Oh, really?
Optic broke their. They had like
Okay.
an 11 map win streak on raid
Got
control
you.
or some shit, and Optic
Optic
beat it
beat
when
it?
they beat them.
Hell yeah.
And that one.
There you
You
go.
know what I'm saying?
Speaks to the skill over there.
Sixth place though. So
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't matter when
But-
you can't clutch.
You think they're gonna change shit up?
I was talking to some buddies about this just this past weekend, and I honestly do not think
I
they'll
don't think
change.
so either.
And apparently there's going to be, allegedly they might add a couple more teams might enter the fray, so that does open up some free agency things. I don't think they're changing 4v4 at all, so it's going to stay 4v4. Octane's still an available player, and a lot of people are looking to the past when back in the day they did make a switch for Formal for Octane. It didn't work.
No.
So, you know, I don't think history is going to repeat itself. If you really look at each individual in this roster, of course, Scump's not going anywhere unless he retires. Envoy's next up is one of the best skill players in the league, period. Dashy is generational in his own right, and I would assume snipers are going to be back this next year, so he's going to be a god. And Formal's amazing. If I have to pick one who's replaceable, Formal's that guy.
Yeah.
But you're not breaking up the duo.
I was gonna say though, Hex isn't gonna make the call.
No.
Because Hex is. He said it before on like podcasts and stuff. He's like, we've got two businesses going on, and they're both doing great. And he was like, so
This is a smart man.
And he was it's
Smart
basically
business guy.
Essentially, it would have like Scump would have to go to him and be like, Formal's got to go, and he's not going to do that because that's his buddy. They both want to win. You know what I'm saying? They're not going anywhere till they retire.
Well, and I would say where they are in their careers and what they've been through, it just doesn't seem practical.
They're not going to decide to go somewhere else. Like
Or split.
They've got a great they've got the best setup in the league.
Now,
probably.
hey, if they do come to some, they talk, they have their own thing. They go, look, maybe this is for the best. You seem to think you have these opportunities here. I might have these opportunities if we do this. You know, and then they wish each other the best.
Yeah.
It just doesn't seem that likely.
No, I don't think so.
I think they got a lot of faith in each other.
Yeah.
And the team that they have currently. There's something else too. I was going to say that. What else were you going to say to that?
Just to the, I mean, but just like I think they're basically just going to wait for. They're waiting for Scump and Formal to retire, and then they dashing on boy. They're gonna like.
And then they'll figure it out.
But they're just kind of that like.
I
think. Around type
I
of
think
thing.
what the biggest change, if one needs to be made, and it's not really like a change so much as like an addition. And I was mainly seeing a lot of this from people in the community talking about it online. They need to add to their coaching repertoire, and apparently, in other teams, and in FaZe especially, leans heavy into like analytics for it. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what metrics, but they're looking at searches, and they're looking at times, and they're looking at all that shit.
Probably literally timing out routes. Like there's no feel to this. It takes.
They're turning it into football.
Yeah, it takes you exactly 3.5 seconds to get here, but it takes them 3.6 seconds.
There's
if
no
you
feel
get to this heady at this time.
Yeah,
like,
there's no feel. There's calculations and there's assignments.
Yeah,
and and it seems like that might be something that's missing a little bit. And that's something that if Sender's capable of as a coach, he's not capable of doing that alone.
Yeah,
and that's
for his sake.
Exactly. So
Give him some extra eyes and shit.
Yeah, maybe just invest a little bit more there. But I'm just seeing what made sense to me from what I was hearing from the community
Yeah.
and the fans.
No, yeah, I get that.
So I would agree.
Yeah, I think
anything.
more coaches.
Yeah.
Because you saw that. I mean, aside from it was specifically their S&D. Like they were like top 3 teams in like everything except S&D. They were like 8th or something, and it's like they just cost it every time.
Right. Yeah. Clearly they can slay out. It came when it comes to the plays and the right moves.
Yeah.
But big shouts out Toronto. I mean, they were sick all year. I was low key pulling for them. It would be cool to see them win. I wouldn't have been upset at all if they would have pulled it off. So big shouts out to them.
Yeah, Methods would have gotten a ring.
Yeah. Clown.
But dude, at the COD Champs, there was a bigger Vanguard reveal. The next year's Call of Duty that's going to be coming to Warzone and its own game to competitive and all that, dude.
Looks like it's fronted by Sledgehammer.
Yes, fronted by Sledgehammer. Treyarch is actually still going to be doing the zombies for it, which I think is cool. Just because I would
Makes
like
sense.
to see, and I think zombies would look really fucking sick on that like Modern Warfare engine. You know what I mean? But you see, they're going to be bringing like destructible environments and all that shit. How you feel about that?
If it works, it works. I mean, obviously, with like the way the games have been going and their life cycles and the way they put into the updates and stuff, I'm not like super hyped, but I do feel like this reveal did it a really good look.
Yeah.
I mean, the maps. They said what, like 20 maps day one.
Yeah, something crazy like that.
I mean, aren't we used to getting like 8?
Well, the past couple, that's how it's been.
So I mean, if that's the case, then cool, right?
Yeah.
That's a big plus. That just adds variety, right? So the replayability is instantly there. You won't get burnout maybe in one session as much because you're switching maps.
As
Hopefully,
long as the
right?
maps are good. Unless it's going to be 20 fucking Modern Warfare maps, then
Well,
blow my fucking brains
the
out.
regions within those maps, right, are
Yeah.
apparently pretty vast. Whereas other times it's just like, oh, shooting range here, city here with dust, this town with dust, this town with dust. Now we're gonna have some different weather environment maps, and I don't know. It looks good.
It does.
It looks good.
I'm cautiously optimistic,
Right.
but the questions everyone really wants to know the answers to is there actually going to be an anti-cheat put into Warzone?
See, the Warzone component I could give a fuck about at this point. If it comes back, right? If anti-cheat starts to really show itself and there seems to be a balance back in it, then I'll pick back up. But I have no faith or desire to look into it. Multiplayer in Cold War was good for me really good to me when I first picked it up. I enjoyed it a lot. So if this has that same draw, then cool.
Yeah.
But
the thing that's gonna suck is just the multiplayer aspect. You're gonna die as fast as you did Modern Warfare. The time to kill is fucking crazy.
Right, you did.
Feels like everything kills you in like 2 bullets. Their Dead Silence is gonna be a field upgrade again, from what they said.
Why are you already making me sad?
Because I had to read it, man. I had to get bummed out about it, and so like,
Dang.
And there was a whole bunch of arguments about that. People saying like listening is like using the sound as a skill in the game and stuff. And it's like, but not when you're just sitting somewhere waiting for somebody to walk through a door and shoot them twice and they're dead.
That's correct.
It's lame as fuck. And they're bringing kill streaks back, which I also don't like, just because it makes people sit in corners. You get 3 kills, you're like, oh, I might be able to get my fucking gunship in. Like, I'm just gonna sit here. I don't know.
No, yeah, for sure.
It's fucked.
I mean, Cold War definitely had like the what would you kind of call all that? From the not just like the perks, but just that whole those extracurriculars of the multiplayer, whatever. Those were better in Cold War if we're comparing that and Modern Warfare. So yeah, if it's reverting back to that, no bueno.
Yeah.
But yeah,
we'll see.
Maybe the maps will make up for it.
We'll see what happens. It's gonna suck. We'll see what happens.
It's gonna suck. Dude, Tarkov's been going great.
Dude, I was watching a Summit stream from just some like jailbreak thing in that RP server, and Hutch was down. They were like ambushing the cops, and Hutch was like down there, and Summit accidentally just like one tapped him to the head and he died. He was like, what the fuck, dude? This isn't fucking Tarkov. I don't need you out here fucking shooting me in the back, not knowing where the fuck I am.
That sounds familiar. That sounds like what they would do when they play Tarkov. That's funny. That's hilarious. He goes, this isn't fucking Tarkov. Dude, Summit would one tap TK Hutch so much in Tarkov, bro. Just so fucking trigger happy.
No, I'm sorry. I'll get your stuff.
That's so good. I love that.
Great.
Did we do it?
I think we done it.
Done did it. Jacob.
What up, dog?
If they want to get at us, where can they get us?
If you want to get at us and mourn the death of Call of Duty with us together, hit us up at TalkinSaucePod, no underscore, respect the underscore. If you're watching, like, subscribe, hit the bell. Scrum every Wednesday, podcast every Monday. You can get me at JCobb, JAY_COBBB. Josh.
You mean TPA
Dylan.
You can find me on Reddit at UTBagsYourMom 69420 lowercase x capital X. That's UTBagsYourMom 69420 lowercase x capital X.
It's my favorite shit when we have like a fucking long talk about a bunch of serious shit and then just end it with UT bags your mom. 69 420.